What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Back again with another video, doing what I did last summer as well. Just going to be discussing a few free agents, looking at different positions obviously to strengthen. There's going to be a goalkeeper, a few centre-backs and a few players that can play different positions. A sort of thing that Barton does like within his squad, players that can play multiple positions. No wingers, unfortunately. I couldn't really find any decent wingers, to be fair, like so far. Obviously, don't forget, a lot of clubs haven't done their retain list yet. There's still quite a few that haven't done theirs yet. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what players you would like to sign. If you disagree or agree, let me know. Do leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Not far away from 6,500 subscribers, which is amazing. So, yeah, let's get into it. Starting off with a goalkeeper, I've gone with Chris Maxwell, who is a 32-year-old Welsh goalkeeper. Made 32 appearances at his most recent club, Blackpool, where he's been for the last 3 seasons. Of course, not the best season for them, but overall he's a really good goalkeeper. Was there when they got promoted to the Championship from League One. Over 350 appearances, including teams like Preston, of course, Blackpool, Fleetwood, Cambridge, and a few loan spells at Wrexham earlier on in his career. So for me, he would be a really, really good option for a goalkeeper. Next up, I've got 3 centre-backs. The first one being Romoli Critchlow-Noble. I've spoke about him in the past. He's been at Bradford this season on loan from Huddersfield, but he's now been released from Huddersfield. Got 1 goal, 1 assist in 34 appearances. Been a quality player for them. Of course, they just missed out on going to the final after losing to Carlisle in extra time. Just over 100 appearances, not the most appearances, but a really good ball-playing centre-back and really good in the air. He's been at League One with Plymouth as well. Been on loan at Swindon last season, where he done, of course, really well. And like I said, Huddersfield, he made 6 appearances during his time at Huddersfield. Still very young, but for me, a really good player and a lot of time to grow. Still at the only age of 23. Next up, I've gone with a more experienced player, Clark Robinson. 29 years old, 23 appearances and 2 assists last season for Portsmouth. Over 300 appearances for Rotherham, where he's probably had his best spell, and Blackpool, and also played at Aberdeen. For me, a really good, no-nonsense centre-back and a leader. He's been a captain as well. So for me, I think with Whelan and Coots going, I think to get that experience in is vital next year if you want to do really well and go up the league. Next up, Curtis Nelson, really, really experienced player, centre-back, 30 years old. Again, another one that's been at Blackpool, but he's played a lot of his career down south. A lot of the time he's been at Plymouth, Oxford and Cardiff. Nearly 500 appearances in his career so far. 27 appearances last season. Tried to keep Blackpool up, but for me, they just didn't have the quality around him. Next up, Conor Grant, another one of those players that can play multiple positions. Struggled with injury last season, which is a bit annoying. Before that, he was been pretty fit for them over the 5 years he's been at Plymouth. Of course, a couple of promotions in there as well. A player of ex-Everton, come through the academy there. And yeah, for me, a really good player, can play cam, centre mid or wing back. Really good sweet left foot on him. 137 appearances at Plymouth and over 200 appearances overall with the likes of Crewe, etc. on loan. Next one is Sean Clare, another one of those versatile players that can play right back, centre mid. He's literally played everywhere in his career. Really good stature, really good on the ball. 40 appearances last season, over 200 appearances for Charlton, Oxford, Hearts and Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, for me, a really good player and a versatile player that we need, I think, for next season. Next one is Lewis Wing. Let me know if this or others are unrealistic, but for me, Lewis Wing rejected a contract at Wycombe, 9 goals and 5 assists from midfield. Will he come to Rovers after leaving Wycombe? Probably not, but I thought it was a good shout. A player that come through the Middlesbrough Academy, has a very good career so far, 27 years of age. And yeah, for me, I think we need a goal scorer midfielder. I think last season we didn't have enough goals in midfield, so I think we do need to add that this summer. And for me, Lewis Wing would be a really good player to add. Next one, another sort of goal-scoring midfielder, Nick Powell. Of course, many of you will know him. Was at Crewe, amazing academy, done really well. I think back in that season where they got promoted, they battered Rovers 5-1 at home. I think that was Paul Buckle's last game in charge. I think he scored 2 of them. And yeah, really good career, over 300 appearances. Most recently at Stoke, 29 years old, 4 goals in 25 games. Has over 85 goals in his career as a midfielder. Has had very good seasons at Wigan, where he's done amazingly well. 29 goals in 88 games in his last spell, which including a promotion as well to the Championship, where I think they won the league and got really far in the FA Cup. So for me, he would be an unbelievable signing, especially on a free. Next one is Johnny Williams. Let me know what you think of this. For me, I've always thought he's a really good player, really good on the ball. Obviously quite a small player, but can play, again, a multiple number of positions. Cam, centre mid, as the 8, on the wing. Like I said, he's got that agility and balance, and he's got a lot of creativity. Last season, he was one of their best players. Of course, he played in League 2 with Swindon. 10 goals and 2 assists. The season before in League 1, where they just lost out in the playoff semi-final, he got 5 goals and 5 assists. For me, it's close. It's 1. 29 years of age, but I think he's got bags of quality, and I think he would be a shrewd signing. Also a Wales international with over 30 appearances. And then last but not least, I've got one striker on the list. It's Cole Stockton. I think he's going to be wanted by a lot of League 1 clubs. 29 years old, 39 games last season, 11 goals. Unfortunately, he couldn't keep them up again. Of course, the season before that, he got 23 goals. A striker that can score all different types of goals. Good in the air, good with his back to goal, good with the ball at his feet, and over 109 career goals in 300 appearances. And yeah, for me, he'd be a quality player, but like I said, a lot of clubs will be sniffing around him, especially on a free transfer. The only reason why he did leave, and a lot of their release players did leave Morecambe, was because they've been struggling to pay players' wages, so that's the reason why he's left. Yeah, so yeah, that is my free agents list so far that I would be interested in Rovers signing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Up the gas.